Now we start with the types of relations. First one, what is void relation? Let A be a set. When we have a set, we can calculate its subsets, and we know phi is the subset of every set. Therefore, if A is set, then we find phi is subset of A cross A. So, it is a relation on set A. This relation is called void relation or empty relation on set A. Directly we can say no element of A is related to any element of set A, then it is known as void relation. We have one example. Let set A contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a relation is defined as AB ordered pair such that A minus B is 23. When we calculate A cross A, then we find 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. So many relations we can calculate. We can calculate so many ordered pairs. Out of these all ordered pairs, no ordered pair is there where we get the difference 23. So A minus B is not equal to 23. It means no ordered pair of this set A is related to this relation. Therefore, AB does not belong to this relation. For any AB that is belonging to A, such type of relation is known as void relation. Now we move to the next one, that is universal relation. Universal relation means what? Suppose we have one set A, and if there is a set A, then its Cartesian product with A is A cross A, and A cross A is subset of A cross A. Therefore, A cross A is a relation on set A. This relation is known as universal relation. That is, each element of A is related to every element of A. Let set A contains 1 to 5, and a relation is defined as AB is ordered pair such that modulus of A minus B is greater than equal to 0. What we find, either we take 1, 1, so 1 minus 1, that is 0. If I take 3 and 4 as an ordered pair, 3, 4, so 3 and 4, when I get the difference, I get minus 1. Since modulus is applied here, so that will provide non-negative integers, non-negative number here. So I find 1, and that is greater than 0. Here we get modulus of F minus B is always greater than equal to 0 for all AB that is belonging to set A. Therefore, such type of relation is known as universal relation. As name defines, universal, it is containing everything. Therefore, we have definition like this: each element of A is related to every element of A. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Whatever the pair we take, that is supported by this. And therefore, this relation is known as universal relation. Void relation, as you earlier discussed, void relation, it means no element of set A is related to any element of set A. A universal, just opposite to it. Every element of set A is related to every element of set A. Void relation is the smallest relation on set A, where universal relation is the largest relation on set A, and both relations are called trivial relations. The next relation we have, that is known as identity relation. What identity relation is there? Let A be a set, then a relation I and a small a is written on the bottom. That implies AA ordered pair that belongs to set A. On A is called relation, identity relation on set A. That is, every element of A is related to itself only. That point is to be noted, itself only. Meaning, if there is a set A and that is containing the elements like 1, 2, 3. So when we consider identity relation, then every element of A is related to itself only. It means 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. When we calculate these ordered pairs, we find 1, 1. So every element is related to itself only. 1 is related to 1 only. 1 is not related to any other element like 2 or 3. 2 is related to only. 3 is related to 3 only. So this type of relation is known as identity relation. Next relation we have, that is reflexive relation. That appears to be similar to the identity one, but they have some different results. Reflexive relation. A relation R on a set A is said to be reflexive if every element of A is related to itself. Meaning, if R is reflexive, then AA belongs to R for all A that belongs to A. Let's understand this by an example. Let A is a set and that is containing 1, 2, 3, and we have written here one relation that is defined as ordered pair 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3. Clearly it is written it is reflexive relation. Why reflexive? Because the definition says every element of A is related to itself. 1 is related to 1, 2 is 2, 3 to 3. So it has 1, 2, 3 and all elements are related to itself, and one another element is also there. This relation is known as reflexive relation. There is slight difference between identity and reflexive relation. Identity is also as every element of set A is related to itself only, but here only itself. And in identity, it is itself only. It means no any other ordered pair like 1, 3 should be in identity relation. But in a reflexive relation, there may be 1, 3, there may be 2, 3, there may be 3, 1. Anything may be possible. Care should be taken as the identity relation on a non-void set A is always reflexive. If it is identity, it means it is always reflexive on set A. However, a reflexive relation on is not necessarily identity relation. Let's have one example. Suppose there is a relation R that is containing AA, BB, CC and AB. This relation is reflexive because AA, BB, CC is there. But this is not identity relation. Reason, there is one other pair AB is here, and this does not support the definition provided for the identity relation. What is that? Every element of set A is related to itself only, but here an extra ordered pair is there. Therefore, this is reflexive but not identity relation. Now the next relation we have symmetric relation. That's very simple one. Let there is a set A, and when we calculate Cartesian product to set A, then if we find A cross A, and when we calculate A cross A, it means so many ordered pair we have. So if AB, that is an ordered pair, that is belonging to that relation, and if BA also belongs to that relation, for all AB that belongs to A is known as symmetry. Meaning, if we have 1, 2 as an ordered pair that belongs to that relation, and if 2 1 also belongs to that relation, then that is known as symmetric relation. Now the next relation we have transitive one. Let A be any set. A relation R on set A is said to be transitive if AB belongs to that relation and BC belongs to that relation. After these two, if AC belongs to that relation, for all ABC belonging to A, then that relation is known as transitive relation. So simply we may remember it as, if relation is as AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R, and after these two AC belongs to R, then we say that relation is transitive relation.